Any good issues tonight?
No. We just
Want a foot off the chair.
it was. Motion on the minutes.
I'd like to change.
Okay.
Page 2. Fifth paragraph down. The last sentence. It goes without saying. There's never a question.
Oh,
That
okay.
was a week off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want to see? No. No? Remove that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my change. We can vote on it as such. Either way.
Not a big deal.
No,
No.
either way.
All in favor with the change?
Okay.
I didn't know until the change.
We're not going.
Okay, thank you.
Ricky's gonna write it on the phone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 department heads. No,
There's a 4. Right?
3. Oh yeah, Cindy's here. Cindy who? Well, you don't cause any trouble, so you know. Yeah. Well, might as well start with you.
Oh, I chased a few dogs around town and get them back home again, and that's about the highway.
Yeah, nothing major, nothing.
No, not in this town, no.
Good, that's a good thing.
She's, I talked to you the other day about.
Yeah.
Haven't heard any more since then, so.
Good. All right, Mr. Fire Chief.
Look at the date, see if I'm supposed to tell
Yeah, first.
her. Do you think you'll have? What's going on? We had an accident today. You saw us, so you might do something.
I saw you were doing something, yeah. Yeah.
Been busy.
I was coming down Main Street and I looked and there's this pickup truck with red lights coming on behind me. I'm like, what are he doing? All of a sudden, going, oh, I know where he's going.
Our engine 2, the battery charger let go in that, so I gotta get that done fixed. And they just told me tonight that my little squad truck has an oil leak in it, so I gotta go find it. I don't know if it's a remain or what it is, but they said to set up with this actually seen left a puddle on the ground. So I gotta, it's like 5.9 Cummins.
Yeah.
She said developed an oil leak, so I gotta go find it, see what it is.
Yeah, the battery charger, is that what's the battery charger?
The Kusanol, big black one.
Did they change all those over to the lithium batteries now on those trucks?
No, I've said that regular batteries, replace those in 2021.
Yeah.
The light's not on, and it's
Are
not.
they moving to the lithiums? Cause
No, well, they have.
they have?
The new trucks, I believe.
Okay, cause wasn't there something they had to put in there to change?
I
Kind
can't,
of like a juicer or whatever, cause of.
You can't charge as fast.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I do have another charger to put in, but I'd like to put the same thing back in, but. Cause it just
Not
won't
really.
say the one I gotta drill holes and wire it.
And say you may not.
What's that, no wait? Oh, 08, 10.
That's 12 years old, so.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you can get the original.
Oh, yeah, I still get them though, they're like between $600 and $1,000.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, they're proud of those parts.
Yeah. So flip flop the trucks with that and don't stop, at least the squad truck can go out. But if I run it, the battery will stay up for, may stay up for a couple weeks. Yeah, we got a couple things to get to. And UTV is changed over to forest fire season, so tracks off, wheels are on, full of water, foam, tools, so we're ready for our forest season. Yeah. On that, we're plugging on.
Well,
Rec updates. So. I want to thank you guys for letting us put the net in the gym, the baseball and softball. Kids have been inside practicing for 2 weeks now. Working out pretty well. Um, Slides right back and forth pretty easily, so people that are renting the gym get it all the way down or whatever we're doing. Working out pretty good over there. We had our first Brownfield Days meeting. If anyone's got any ideas, we're looking for town theme for this year, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. We don't have a meeting, we do a monthly meeting just for Brownfield Days on April 12th, so we'll do it once a month. We've secured our bounce houses and stuff for this summer. We had a rec meeting as well. This Saturday, we are having an Easter party, Easter egg hunt. We've got 1,600 eggs that we're gonna spread out across the field and playgrounds. Rain or shine, we'll be doing it Saturday. We've got 6 baskets for the golden egg finders, and then we've got a boy and girl bike drawing giveaway as well. Some upcoming stuff. On May 6th, we're gonna have a fundraiser dinner. And I believe that is our town cleanup day. Saturday, May 6th, I could be wrong. Valley
Pride Day?
Valley Pride Day.
I think it sounds right.
Usually it's the first Saturday.
Yeah.
We've had some interest, so we wanted to talk to selectmen about on that same day, the friendly rec for the rec department having a yard sale, having people set up their own tents and what have you, selling stuff for the day, bring some more people out on the same day.
Mhm.
Plus we'll have we usually have the dumpster there on the property, so it's kind of a 2-for-1 there.
Yeah.
We can bring that together. Then that evening we'll have the fundraiser dinner, so kind of a big shebang all in that one day. At the community center, we've got yoga going on Thursday nights, open gym Friday from 4:30 to 6:30. We've got a children's play group that's just started. They're meeting once or twice a week. Nothing set. They randomly set it up and then we post it a few days ahead of time. So that varies. And that's about it on that. We do need we've got another broken window at the community center, so we're gonna have to replace a window over there.
Where's that one?
It's the first one in the fitness room. Outside pane it looks like it's just been like pressure or something doesn't look like anything hit it. Just a big crack with a couple lines.
We usually have that.
So
It used to be Portland Glass, I don't know who it is.
we had Granite State, Portland Glass.
That's what it was.
Yeah, we had them down earlier this winter.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to present the selectmen. This is we put a feeler out for a summer camp, junior guide camp. And big response. We'd like to put this into the budget for next year. I got a description here of what the camp entails and the money we're asking to raise and appropriate for it. There's also through state laws and stuff like that. That some apply to us, some don't.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys want to look at that or just you want to give you a description of what the camp's going to entail.
Yeah, give us a little description. You're gonna have to look at it anyway, still we need.
Basically,
Everybody else know.
the rec department proposes to add a summer program, junior/outdoors program. It will be a 6-week program, 8 hours a day, 3 days a week. Course will start, or classes, or camp, whatever you want to call it, will start end of June, run through the first week of August. We'll run opposite days of the swim program. And we're asking to raise and appropriate $12,944 for the year 2024. Details include fishing, knot tying, shelter building, archery, water, ATV safety, foraging, hiking, water preservation, wildlife preservation, wild game prep, and other outdoor and conservation lessons. We already have 2 registered Maine guides on board to help assist in the program. And we were gonna do a trial run this summer with the help of the Friends of Rec and put this in the budget for next year.
Following, yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, leave that with Alvina and we can go over it. Like that. Yeah, that's the next year's one, right, it's July, so, yeah. I want that.
Yeah.
One more. The broadband.
Broadband department,
Yeah, yeah.
that's me. So there was a grant window that we were not gonna get into, but it's now closed up. Folks applied for it, different groups like ours applied for it. And based upon the responses from the Maine Connectivity Authority, they rejected an awful lot of proposals. Basically, any town or group of towns that had a proposal which looked like grant funding may go to fund some improvements at dwellings that already have broadband service. So this is anybody in Denmark, level Freiburg, that have spectrum. Basically, if there was that in the proposal anywhere, Maine Connectivity Authority either tabled it or said we're not going to do it, that they weren't going to play ball. What they didn't tell us in advance was that was what was going to happen. So we had to go back to all 6 respondents to our RFP and say, look, we need to basically rebuild the capital stacks. We need to make sure that grant funding only goes to houses that meet this criteria, and any private or public funding that we get, in advance, I mean, in above and beyond that, whether that be the matching funds that we need or whatever, that stuff will go to any overbuilding or any work that's done out front of a house that's got spectrum. We believe this is actually a direct result of a request that Spectrum made. They didn't want to see state funds going to support anybody that could just take their service. So Spectrum has, an old network that's obsolete. It's mostly copper up there. It's fed by fiber optic, but the last mile, the stuff between the, substation and the houses is an awful lot of copper. So we know that it's degrading, and we know that there's going to be some overbuild need where Spectrum's network is. So, we need to get that piece of it into our project. So we've had to ask everybody to go back and rewrite capital stacks. We don't know. I mean, I honestly can't say what it is that we're going to want for money. There, as I said a couple of times in this meeting, there are 1 or 2 proposals that wouldn't cost us a damn thing, but we'd end up with the oldest, nearly obsolete technology. There are proposals that would ask, we'd be asking for way too much money out of the town. We're probably not going to do that. But then there are 3 or 4 in between that, have some costs and some benefit to them. What it looks like after grant funding, after, the private match from whoever we partner with, there simply aren't numbers. I really can't even make a guess. If we look at the total project costs, we've got, the low end is 12 million and the high end is 23 million. That's for the whole 7-town project. It looks like the grant awards that have been given out could certainly cover some of those projects, and there is some matching funds, so there'd be some amount of cash outlaid, but not necessarily from the towns. We're also looking hard at what it would take and whether we can get everything put together to form a utility district. So this would be a district that is municipal but not backed by the town, and that's wicked important. Because it means that that utility district would be the one to go for funds. So that utility district would be the one responsible to come up with matching funds. And anything that happens in that utility district, it's a business. If that business were to fail, the town's not backstopping it. It's got its own sinking fund, it's got its own, it's its own entity. Which would mean, what we'd be asking for at that point would be some help from the 7 towns paying the fairly small legal fees to get this thing up and going to support all 7 towns. But then you're free and clear. You're not at any risk to build the network, to run the business, to do those kind of things. You have a question?
You,
Okay,
you mentioned it, if that district fails,
yeah.
what happens then?
So a lot is, so much is still up in the air, but in the vision that we're working on, the district, the LLC, not the LLC, but the entity that is the district owns all the network assets that they buy, right? That could be the whole thing. It could be what we share with the provider.
Right.
They would own it. And so if that business were to fail, you fold it up, you close it up, you sell off the assets. I bet you $5 there are at least 6 ISPs standing in line waiting to buy that off of the district. And so the risk is that the greatest risk is that one of these ISPs, that we think would better serve us as just a network operator would also be a network owner.
Right.
That's the biggest risk.
I was wondering the risk part.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that. Yeah, this is
nothing. Off, yeah. So, wait a minute.
So, there are, again, just like everything in this project, there are a number of ways this could shake out. But we've got pro formas, basically business models that use modest take rates. In other words, if lots of people in town don't want to sign up, then we're not counting their money. We're looking at a take rate of about 25%. So literally 3 out of every 4 people are not taking service. We are looking at costs as they are today, plus 25%. We're really trying to figure these things in a very conservative way. And it looks like it should be a revenue generating business, the utility district, which would be ideal. I know that there are some districts we participate in now, like the school district, which require you guys to write a check to them every year. Well, those funds are, if those costs are covered by the revenue thing, I don't know what, the town would be paying to have the service of that district. In a perfect world, we would own a network that is able to allow several providers on it, right? So to produce and maintain market competition here in our area, unfettered by Consolidated saying, I own the lines, you got to pay the lease fees for the lines, or any of that stuff. If it belongs to us, it belongs to us. So, I don't have a dollar figure that we would need to raise and appropriate. If it comes to that, we're looking at August timeframe before we have those numbers down. If it comes to that, we need to do something. We may be looking at a special town meeting, or we may be looking just to keep it out of, keep the town from having any costs. So we don't need a meeting.
Provider based.
Provider based, yes. Every one of these providers' proposals has a large income from the provider themselves. They're bringing private money. They're going to build the majority of what it is they're proposing. So then, now it's down to us just making sure we understand how they're going to use it. What's it going to cost monthly to the subscribers, myself and others? How often should we expect price increases? Spectrum, another great example, Spectrum saying $35 a month for gigabit symmetrical for the first 2 years. No word about what it's going to cost per month after 2 years. It could be anything. They tell us we use nationwide pricing. Does that mean that we're going to pay the same things as folks in Beverly Hills? That's a little bit different, right? So, more questions than answers right now, but certainly no slowing down. The news that the Maine Connectivity Authority sort of rejected a lot of proposals out of hand was disappointing. The news that the window that would open sometime after the 1st of summer is actually going to be at the very end of summer, again, disappointing. But we're looking for millions and millions of free dollars. And beggars can't be choosers, I guess, so that's where we're at.
Yep.
So a lot of those proposals have first customers lit 12 months after granting. So that would mean that wherever we start,
That's pretty quick.
we get a grant award, 12 months later, somebody's getting service. And within 18 months from that date, everybody's got access. And that does include their business options and all of these proposals, so, you know, every one of them gives us way better than we've got right now. I'm afraid of that Spectrum one basically falling apart on us and just becoming what we saw in Denmark with the last power outage was nobody had phones or internet for 10 days.
Right.
That's Spectrum. You know, that's what their network does. Their network is the only one that was proposed to us that uses Ethernet wired technology, which means wherever they have little substations, that building's gotta have power, that building's gotta have heat, it's gotta have a generator backup, it's gotta have, you know, routine maintenance. Whereas every other proposal is a passive network. And there's electronics in there that can be changed out as the electronics age, but they don't need to be powered. So that's my nutshell. And I'm sure everybody's got way more questions than I can answer in your meeting here on a weekly basis, but come join us, come talk with us. Are you the point of contact for the Brownfield days? Because I know we're gonna want to set up a table. Okay, I'll have Terry give you a show.
Great.
We are looking for, we've started interviewing some people. So we're looking for people with businesses that have been struggling because of internet access, or you know, kids in school that are having a hard time, or really any kind of moving story from somebody that lives here. We want to do some short interview videos. We're gonna have a YouTube channel where we put these kinds of things. We want people to be able to see that, you know, we're out there engaging people. We want to try to keep it interesting. Terry Lockhead here in town has done an amazing job with communications in that group. She's constantly finding people to tell her stories, you know, giving the whatever write-ups you guys get from us or see in the papers or see on the bulletin boards around. She's doing a great job. So now's the time to feed her the wants and the needs, and we'll take it from there.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you. Make motion that we schedule and post public notice of a meeting of Board of Selectmen on April 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m. at the offices of Kelly, Rummel, and Zimmerman, 53 Exchange Street, Portland, Maine, for the purpose of meeting with the town attorney to participate in the alternative dispute resolution conference required by Rule 16B of the Maine Rules of Civil Procedure. With respect to the matter of Mineral versus Town of Brownfield, Oxford County Superior Court, docket number AP 2204, and to conduct an executive session concerning said pending litigation matter pursuant to 1 MRS section 4056E. All in favor? Second.
Second. Yeah, all in favor? Yeah.
I'll do that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Workshops.
We want another workshop to go over this.
I'll answer that one. Yeah, because I got notes on my draft,
Yeah.
not this draft,
Yeah.
the red draft one we had prior.
Yep.
I wrote stuff on that, so I can answer that tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll do that via email.
Yep.
To everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have not made all the changes that, based on your last meetings that I was absent.
Okay.
But
You're still going over the tape.
Okay, yeah, I just want to look at my notes on that draft from last week's meeting, and just glad. I mean, the first two, yeah.
sounds good. And I will work on this some more tomorrow to, based on. Yeah,
The workshop, yeah.
there is a new article in there. It was on for the fire department.
Yeah.
Page 5.
Oh, yeah.
It's Brownfield,
Yeah.
Fire Department ordinance. And it's long and it needs to go to the attorney.
Okay,
We sent it to MMA and got back the response. So I will put that. But I will email tomorrow morning first thing.
oh, yeah, that's very good, yeah. Wow. Yeah. When do we have to go to, when do we have to go to time?
Friday the 14th or 13th, whichever day that is, but next Friday,
Hopefully it's the 14th. I hope.
I think it is.
Friday and fourth.
Yeah.
Never see enough time. For that. Yeah. For a time of review.
Okay. Well, I'll tell her there's a rush,
Yeah.
because there is, we need to have it.
You did good
Approved.
today.
Pardon me?
You did good today. You got a response.
I did from MMA.
Kind of wrong, but. Quite a few that come out.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yep, I forgot about the generator.
Yeah.
We did receive the okay to purchase, so that's on its way. They're down there. They saved us a lot of money by doing the work. And they, today Rob said that they took another $1,000 off because they were priced the generator by $1,000. So we're coming way under the first budget proposal I got.
Yeah.
We're under that.
Perfect. Is that, which generator is that?
That's one for the town garage.
Okay, because I keep getting confused.
One.
Okay. The one we raised and appropriated.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good, good.
They said it'd be 2 weeks and have it installed, so. There we go.
Good. Good. Okay.
Just a question, my wife has an interesting ride to work in the mornings, and Cindy's been called a couple of times because there's been horses free and this and that. The last time she went to work, there was a tree across the road. We're supposed to call Public Works, but is there an emergency number that we're supposed to be able to call?
If it's something worse than that, then you can't get them, you can always call 911. And they'll either get.
That's a setup with our dispatch. We call 911 and call fire.
Okay, you come move the tree out of the road?
Yeah, they did 5 times, did it.
Oh, okay, so you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, 1 cent corner.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I
anytime.
just didn't know if there was a number.
No, just call 911 and they dispatch fire department. They're doing that now instead of trying to reach Public Works.
Okay.
They send us out to do it.
Yeah.
Just another part of our job.
Anything else? Look at that, huh? You have the key to the file cabinet?
Yep, but it's not locked, it's open still.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to get a key to Alvina?
Yep,
So there's one it has to be in the office.
yep. Yeah, there's nothing in it now anyway. But you can't lock it with the key. You can't lock it without a key, so it'll stay open until the key comes in. Yeah.
Motion doesn't. You got more questions?
Oh, no. The folder. I mean, it's pretty much just email stuff we've gotten.
Did you see this?
That's when you showed me earlier.
I showed you. but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
watching them. I don't think.
She's good. They have a phone call with those people.
So we just want to keep it with this.
Yeah.
That's what this one is, right? Yeah, the same one.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep it with this.
Yeah.
That's it. Leah's got that, right?
Leah has a copy of this.
She does not have that most recent one that I know
The
of,
first.
but she has the first one. She
That was the one that was delivered, right?
Yeah.
And this is email, this was all email?
The second one, all.
Yeah,
We're
As I
not
know,
responding to
I-
them. Leah's the one that responds, right?
Right.
right. she wants to be in touch on it. So I think Michelle might have sent her the email, Leah, already.
Okay,
So when that phone call comes, however it's done, I would think that Leo would make the phone call and keep us right out of it.
right. That would be my thought.
That's my hope,
Yeah.
but if not, then we'll,
Can you reach out tomorrow and verify? that she did
Absolutely.
Get that and that she's gonna handle,
I
so
will,
we're not, yeah.
I will indeed.
Right. That email you just handed is attached to that
Okay,
original.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Plan ballot. Plan. Planning board meeting minutes. Those select. Oh, there we go. Yes. This is all. Right.
not me.
Trying to get me in trouble
Zoning.
Like school.
West copy.
Pass
of
the notes.
Permit for town.
Yes, you can find response there. Responded and they thanked me for it.
Wire. Just a solicitation type of thing.
I think they were sending it to everybody, but I responded that we don't do anything digitally like that.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, thanks.
Yep. MMA workshops, customer service. Personnel practices. MTCMA awards and internship grant program. Elected official workshop. And do we have a date for the LD 2003?
That is the 11th.
When is it?
The.
LD.
Yes, 2003. It's that they're coming here on the 11th. At 7, I believe it is.
We'll have a heads up before.
Yeah, you got a copy of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, that's next Tuesday.
well, I fully understand it.
Yeah. Good luck. It's funny, some of it's geared towards cities. I don't know if they just don't know that other towns have wells and septic systems instead of town water and town sewer. But there's just a bunch of stuff in there that.
Yeah, like trying to keep the confusion out of it.
Set out the folder. Rest was the NMA stuff.
Yeah.
For workshops.
And then in that other folder is your minutes and
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well,
That,
it is.
that's complete.
great, thank you.
This one, all of the ADA stuff is on that. That's the third one back.
Okay,
Fourth one back. And it all, these are paper clipped and then the other one, the original one from March 13th is right behind it.
okay. Mhm.
And we're good.
That's easy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you go to a workshop. So, huh? Think we're gonna work, I mean, to a, yeah, basically. Okay. Yeah, you should, radio thing.
I would say, I think once we go to executive session, personnel, RSA, 405. 60.
We can't do that without posting it, can we?
It's posted on the outside.
I did.
Oh, it is?
It's posted right there on the table too.
Yep, done. Thank you very much.
How we doing Sunday? Here's the call of the dog.
Yep.
Maybe run a tree over.
I want you guys to know, this is
It didn't work.
I do.
I do not know why.
You do.
When I left here, before I went on vacation,
Yeah, it worked
it worked fine.
For me.
You shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to